Hi gardeners, welcome to the May tour of the garden here. In our first bit here I have some of my beans growing in this cold frame. The main thing is just to have a little bit of protection from over anxious little critters. Now I planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in here and one dried up. This happens in transplanting. It's not 100%, but as you can see the rest look pretty nice in there. They're relatively protected. The other set of beans I have interspersed in between this kohlrabi that are waiting to mature. As you can see, these look pretty good. They were a little bit behind the others because they were kind of blocked in, but these are pretty. There's the one that is split already. We're holding that for seed. And then the kale, I've already harvested like almost 1.5 pounds today, and you can see I've left plenty on there to create better growth. I've also been cleaning stuff out here. This is the mound for our 2 butternuts. The third one was right there and what is now that hole, so something ate it, dug it up. The garlic here is looking outstanding. Just to show you, the growth is there. We're already starting to see the dieback. So there are 10 leaves on this one, so when more than 5 of them have turned brown, we'll pull. Now I looked at a study from an African university, and they said that the largest garlic bulbs will come if you wait for a full dieback, but got news for you. The ground here is just too wet to wait for a full dieback, and you'll get a lot of rot in the outer layers, and then you can't keep them as long. But today we're going to take a look at something that you just gotta believe, see to believe. These are our scuppernong grapes. Ooh, a little wobbly there. So these are the Goldens, and as I zoom in, the beginnings are everywhere to see these bunches of grapes beginning to start. So there's way too much greenery on this, but it's powering a nice surge in the grapes. But that's nothing compared to the purples here. Look at all of these bunches here, here, inside, up here, there, hither, yon. This could be a bumper crop for grapes, and this is just one end of 20 feet. So now, this is going to be great if I can keep them out of the clutches of the evil Japanese beetles. That's beautiful right there. Coming along nicely. So the beetles will be here soon enough. So what's the plan? Well, southwest is that away toward the compost bin. I will hang a pheromone trap there, so when the winds come out of the southwest, it'll blow the pheromones that way. The beetles will go to it and go, oh boy, we get to have sex, and the pheromone trap will go, oh, so sorry. And then we lots of times get a southeasterly breeze, especially in the morning. That's this way, so I will hang a pheromone trap like on this branch here, right there. And that way, whichever prevailing wind, we're pulling the bugs away from our grapes. And that's really what we want. We don't want them to be messing with the grapes. As much as they will mess with the grapes, they will mess with the blueberries even worse. This is the old reliable bush, which is just fat loaded with them. Our second bush is having some problems. It's looking like it's dying off. It's got a few, but as you can see, this bush is probably at the end of its life. I think that was the first one in. Here's its replacement, and as you can see, these are really coming along. So I've got to get some protection for this. And unfortunately, I don't think that the horticultural fleece will do the job, because it's only 5 feet wide and I've got more than 5 feet of drape on it here. So I think that we've got to go with the 7 dust. Now this one was accidentally cut by a lawnmower a few years ago by Brad's father, who wanted to feel helpful, and he just cut the corner right here and cut that off. But as you can see, it's grown back and it is loaded. And then right here, as my shadow crosses the picture, shows what an amateur production this is. Blackberries. Now, blueberries need a lot more acidic soil than blackberries. So the fact that these blackberries are here tells me that we're acidic because the blueberries are doing just great. But in this area, we've done enough to kind of neutralize the pH on the soil around here so that maybe both of these can grow in harmony. This is our Titan blueberry bush. The blueberries on Titans have less flavor, but they will have much larger size. They advertise up to the size of a quarter. I find a nickel, mainly, that's still a pretty big blueberry. So we've got a lot of variety of blueberries, and some of these are really starting to ripen, so we're going to have to put netting over them and nothing else to keep the birds from eating us blind once they start getting ripe. And I think that'll be a job in a few days. So the berries, well, we know what's coming. The Japanese beetles. We will have 7 dust. We'll have the pheromone traps. Just something you have to put up with, and I don't mind breaking organic because they will decimate everything we've got here. We also have an apple tree with about 40 apples on it in their infancy, and we have a couple of peaches, but those trees have been really hit hard by the beetles in the past, and so they don't look like the best trees in the world, so anything we can do to keep them alive. And the last thing we want to look at is these are the Tokyo long white bunching onions that we have saved for the seed, and as you can see the seeds forming in there, those little black dots inside the pod. So we've got seeds here. We have the lettuce flowering over here. And this is just something lovely about a garden when you can see the natural stage of events here. This is our lettuce that has gone to flower right here, and so we'll be getting seeds. Oh, it's going to be so nice. See those delicate little yellow flowers there? And they turn into this. And that tells you that the seeds are developing inside. So, beans, kohlrabi. Don't forget our poor potatoes that I didn't get to today. And our garlic, which is going to be coming out of the ground probably in a couple of weeks. A lot of harvesting to do and a lot of replanting, but that's just the nature when you grow your own food. Don't forget to like and share with everybody you know and a few people you don't. It really helps the channel. Bye-bye.